Hi everybody, welcome back to Cat's Book Nook. I'm back down on the floor because the lighting down here seems to be a little bit better, and I can actually show you guys the stack of library books that I have, which is sitting over here next to me, right there. That's Adam Silvera's History Is All You Left Me on top. I've got 3 more books to add to this stack, and then whatever I downloaded from OverDrive this week, along with what I picked up from Goodwill this morning. I ended up with 6 books from Goodwill this morning, which I thought was pretty good, considering you can't get 6 books anywhere else for $6, $10, for under $10, unless you do, like, Kindle Unlimited and stuff like that. At least that's what I've noticed. I haven't gone out and done the book outlet or book depository yet, so if you guys do use those, I'd love to hear your thoughts on those, along with kind of what the prices are for certain books, because I really do want to pick up Laini Taylor's books, and I'll tell you guys why here in a second. So with that, the books that I read this week are, pulling up pictures on the phone, because they actually look halfway decent from this angle. So books that I listened to this week. I got through Beautiful Creatures. I finished that earlier this week. I want to say like Monday or Tuesday after I told you guys about it. And then OverDrive had Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Guys, this book, awesome. Loved it. Could not get enough of it. So I went to the library, and because they didn't have the 3rd book, which is Dreams of Gods and Monsters, I've actually started this. I'm about 43 pages into it, but I'll get to that in a second. Daughter of Smoke and Bones. The hype is real. It is awesome. Laini is just a fantastic writer. I could read her again and again and not get bored with her. She was awesome. So along with Days, Daughter of Smoke and Bones, I also finished listening to Days of Blood and Starlight. Typical middle book, still fantastically written, still, I think somebody called it word porn in one of their Goodreads reviews. It was everything, and it built on to book 1, so book 2, it expanded the conflict, and I like the way she did it, and I will be very interested to finish book 3 just to see how everything goes. I'm on the wait list for the OverDrive version for the audiobook. It hasn't come in yet, so I picked the physical copy up from the library this week. Probably going to start doing that a lot. So, with that, in progress books. Dreams of Gods and Monsters. Really thick book. Really looking forward to getting through this book. And I will actually start... I've got a paper to finish today. So once I finish the paper, I'll go back to reading this. If we don't do card games later today. Because it's supposed to be family day. Gotta love family days. So... those are the books that I read and the books that are in book that is in progress. I'm still reading Harry Potter. I don't think I need to show you guys that book. You guys know what it looks like. But the books that I picked up from the library this week. Songs of Willow and Frost. Willow Frost by Jamie Ford. Jamie's new book came out this month, I think. I think it comes out this month. I'm on hold for that book. So... I love Jamie, so I figured I'd pick up another one of his books to try to get through this month. And the second book in the Diviner series came in, Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. This is probably going to be another typical second book, which just builds on the continuation of the story of the first, and pulls everything together and concludes, I think, in the 3rd book. There might be a 4th book coming out, I don't know. But those are the 2 books that I picked up from the library this week, along with Gods and Monsters, which, again, I'm really excited to get through. So those are those 3. The Goodwill book haul. I will say it that way. Yay, books. So a couple of these I've already read, but I wanted to pick them up because I wanted to reread them. and that's The Husband's Secret by Liane Moriarty. Not a bad book. I did like the story that she put forth in this book, so this will probably be a fall sitting around just chilling kind of book. Might go on vacation, I don't know yet. So there's one. Then I've actually read Water for Elephants by Sara Gruen. I think that's how you say it. Before too. I like the story. I didn't have a physical copy of either of these two, and they were 50 cents each. Kind of can't pass that up. New books that I picked up. Orphan Train by Christina Baker Kline. Apparently this was a book club book read sometime earlier this year, or maybe last year, but it was supposed to be really good, so they had it for 50 cents. A lot of these were 50-cent books. I hadn't heard of this one before. It's Song of the Exile by Kiana Davenport. I think that's how you say her first name. It's about Hawaii's history, and she draws upon the remarkable stories of her people to create a timeless, passionate tale of love and loss, tragedy and triumph, survival and transcendence. It follows the fortunes of the Mahuna family and the odyssey of one resilient man searching for his soulmate after she is torn from his side by the forces of war. So, World War II book, Hawaii, should be pretty good. It's got some really good reviews in the front couple pages. Seattle Times, Publisher Weekly. So we'll see. It might be halfway decent. It might not be. I'll let you guys know when I read it. Next book, The Girl Before by Rena Olson. I haven't heard of it. The cover looks pretty neat. It actually is rippled on the book cover. Clara Lawson is torn from her life in an instant. Without warning, her home is invaded by armed men who take her away from her beloved husband and daughters. The last thing her husband yells to her is to say nothing. Interesting. Sounds like it's going to be a thriller. It's been 3 days since I was taken. Once a day they bring me into a room with a table and 3 chairs and sit across from me. I will rot in this room before I tell them anything. So from that, it kind of gives the 1984 feel to it. I'm hoping this doesn't go the way of The Passage, which I still haven't finished yet. I don't know if I'm going to go back to it after everything's said and done. We will see. The last book that I picked up today is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. Don't know what this is about. I've heard about it. It seemed really interesting. And say hello, Chewy. See, this is the problem with sitting on the floor is the dog. Who's not really a problem. He just likes curling up in people's laps. So, but I've heard of this before. It's actually a library book too. And I want to say it's from the library up the street. So this should be interesting. But the year is 2059. Paige is working in the criminal underworld of Scion, London. Her job, to scout for information by breaking into people's minds. So a bit of an Inception feel. So I'm always interested in reading new books. It's whether or not I actually get to them that seems to be a big part of the problem. So those are the 6 books that I picked up at the Goodwill haul. I also have OverDrive books that I need to listen to before I have to turn them back in. Those 3 OverDrive books, because one just came in today, are The Rosie Project by Graeme Simsion. I think somebody said they'd read it and they didn't particularly care for it. And then there's Gregory Maguire's After Alice. He's the person that wrote Wicked, Son of Wicked, a few other stories, The Mirror something, The Lost. I've got a few of his books on my shelf, but those are 2 of the books. And then I got Shiver by Maggie Shiefvater. That just came in today. I haven't downloaded it yet. But somebody said that they liked it. A few other people have said that they didn't particularly care for it. Again, it's an audiobook. It's something I can listen to while I'm at work or while I'm working on this paper that I need to go finish now that I have told you guys what I've gotten from the library, what I've read, what I haven't read. There's a lot of books going on right now. I want to say I just told you guys about a lot. I told you guys about a lot of books. It's going to be an interesting September, and I'm not entirely sure how this format's going to work out. So if you guys like this video, comment, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you guys thought about it, so I can see if I should continue doing this. We'll probably not do another book video today, and I will see you guys on Wednesday with the Top 5 Wednesday video. Talk to you guys soon.